everyone, Elekor here. Just thought I'd do a Gildan build, my first ever video for ESO after its launch. And I wanted to go over first that I decided to go with an Imperial Templar for the Daggerfall Covenant. I find that the Daggerfall Covenant has some pretty fun quests and pretty nice environment. I tried Ebonheart Pact at first. It was buggy, and I just didn't really like being around the Dark Elves as much as an Imperial, so I decided to go for the Daggerfall, more of a medieval English kind of stuff, so I like it. First thing of a Gildan build is the guild. I have created my own guild for the Daggerfall Covenant called Metal and Magicka. I just created not too long ago. We only have 2 members. The other member is my mom. Yes. Don't even have a message or anything. That's, you know, something that I plan to gradually build, and it's going to be more of a casual, mature guild. We just kind of focus on whatever we feel like at the time. I want to dabble in both dungeons, PvE and PvP. I find that, you know, PvP could be a lot of fun if you even have just a small group that's just really coordinated. Don't have any like TeamSpeak or like, a website yet. That's all stuff that I'll be adding if the guild gets big enough. And then I'll also be changing the name of the ranks and everything. As far as the Elder Scrolls lore goes, I expect it. I kind of want it to be more of a anti-Daedra kind of thing, where at Elekor he just abhors Daedra and Daedra summoning, and he obviously will carry that into his guild. So the guild, its main like lore focus will be to hunt out Daedra and those who summon Daedra and stop them. Fits well with the story, so it's cool. But that kind of leads into just a kind of a fair warning for all you sorks out there, sorcerers. The master class, as Tamriel Foundry is saying, if you are a sorcerer and you're summoning, Daedric pets, Elekor will not be cool with that. He, if he's going around the world, slicing down or shooting fireballs at a Daedra summoner, it would be kind of hypocritical to have someone summoning Daedra around him. I'm not saying you can't be in the guild. Obviously, I want sorks, and you can have Daedra summons. Obviously, I can't stop you from doing it. But just fair warning: if you summon a Daedra around Elekor, since he's the guild master, he kind of has the responsibility to say something about that, given the fact that we're an anti-Daedra summoning guild. So, if you want to have some fun, I think Metal and Magicka sounds really cool. I'm still kind of working on the recruitment macro and the messages of the day. Not really sure what I want to put in there. Something that's practical and also, has some role-playing. I do expect to do my fair share of role-playing when I'm doing, group content still. Even with PvP, I want to stay in, Elekor's role. So, I think it'll be a fun guild once we start getting build up, and if you're interested, just PM Elekor at Elekor. I'll have this information up on the video description, and we'd be happy to have you. Honestly, it doesn't even matter which faction you are. I mean, obviously, if you want to do stuff with us, you have to be in the Daggerfall Covenant. But just chill and chat. I did the next thing, and maybe more important for you people that want to see builds, is kind of like what I expected my build to be. Now, I looked online on a lot of builds in Tamriel forums, Foundry forums. Erlex, I know he's got. Someone just randomly invited me to trade. Erlex, I know he's doing kind of like a healer mage kind of thing, and I kind of like that idea. I was originally going to go with the two-handed and restoration staff, because I wanted to be able to utilize both pools. But as I'm playing the game, I find that I do use my stamina pool because I am running around, I'm dodging, I'm blocking, and that all uses stamina, and it's nice to have a pool where I'm dedicating to, like, it's a pool that's dedicated to dodging and, you know, more survivability. And I might even throw some stamina costing abilities from, like, the various guilds in my build, too. So I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it. Right now I'm kind of going all Magicka and kind of doing... I'm thinking maybe like 10% kind of deal where I get put like 8 in here, and then 10% is it's 80%, 10%, 10% kind of thing. You know, working with numbers here, and I think what I'll end up doing is going with Destruction Staff and Restoration Staff. I do like the healer. I'm kind of like maining healer. And I have my Daedric Spear line. I don't use this. It's a good ability. I don't use it. I just kind of want to level it up in case I decide I want to use it as I'm leveling. But, you know, I'm using abilities mainly from Dawn's Wrath and Restoring Light. We've got some really nice heals, and I love the Supernova, the Vampire's Bane, the Solar Barrage. It's just, I mean, get out, and I'm just like this mage, just like, oh, yeah, oh. And then I can heal and do my prayers and stuff, so I feel like a pretty sweet Templar. Healing Templar is what I'm going to do once, as soon as I get to a level I can do some dungeons, which is not far. I could probably start doing them now if I found a pretty good group. But pugging, I'm not really sure about. I haven't done any pugging yet, so I'm not sure how good people are going to be. I haven't even done a dungeon yet, actually, so I'm hoping to do that this weekend. As far as crafting goes, I decided to go with enchanting and wordworking. I was thinking about provisioning, might take up provisioning later, but enchanting is, you know, I'm a software developer. I kind of feel like enchanting's kind of like putting code together and having like interesting effects. And in wordworking, I kind of like having the idea of like a lumberjack. So I kind of like staves too. So I decided to put them together, and I'm going to make some really sweet staves. I'm going to enchant them, build them, and I have a bunch of racial motifs already unlocked. Pretty much every race except for Orc and High Elf. You know, I'll likely get Imperial. So, and I know I'm sure some of you are thinking, if you're a healer, why'd you go Imperial? They don't have anything that really helps with Imperials. Like melee attacks do 10%. Have a 10% chance to restore health, and if I don't do any melee attacks, that pretty much makes it useless. But I haven't discounted the two-handed sword thing. I love the two-handed. I think two-handed sword is the tits. Reverse slash is a sweet ability. I just love hitting shit and killing shit with this. So, you know, that's the great thing about this game. You can kind of just go with it as you please. You know, I have skill points I don't spend. Every once in a while I'm just kind of like, oh, I want to save a skill point. Right now I think I'm saving a skill point so I can get the healing ritual morphed to lingering ritual. So, yeah, I mean, so far this is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying the build I'm getting. Definitely think it's going to be like a solar mage kind of build, but it might end up being a solar mage that uses a two-handed sword. I kind of like those images of Gandalf where he's got his staff and his like foe hammer with him. I mean, that's a big sword. Foe hammer is a pretty big sword. I think it's technically a one-handed sword still. I'm not 100% sure. I know he wields it with two hands sometimes. You can correct me on that though. But Gandalf is probably a huge influence on my character. Anyway, I think that's about it. I'm in Bloodthorn campaign. They kind of just automatically put me up in there, but Daggerfall Covenant is kind of rocking it. I think we have the current Emperor, yep, and it's kind of stayed like that. I have a whole ton of passive buffs because of the Emperor and the scrolls that we have, and it makes leveling much easier. Those things actually help, I find. And I never do feel like I have enough skill points, but I'm still pretty early on. So there we go. I hope that was informative. I'll never really done annotations, but I'll try and put an annotation in the end for getting straight to the build part. So there you go. Let me know if you want to join the guild, and alright, get a nice shot. Maybe the sunset. I hate the fact that it's on an angle like that. It's hard to get a nice shot. You know, I got some mods on there too to remove the UI. So there, we almost got like a perfect shot right there. There's that person with the health bar. That's annoying, but print screen. Oh yeah, there we go. Tells me I got a print screen. So anyway, yes, it's been a pleasure, guys. I hope I can make this a series, you know, give you guys updates of my guild and my build every once in a while, maybe every 2 weeks. Alright, see you again.